where it's just goes wild.
Yeah, I think we figured out something like that. Soon said, even like it that way, leave it that way.
Can begin.
All right. So I'm going to call the meeting to order for the March 13th, 2024 Akron Public Arts Commission meeting. I'm going to start with a roll call of everyone. If you're here, just say here. It's the easiest way. Larissa? Don't see Larissa. John?
Here.
Katie Beck?
Here.
Eric Reynolds? Seems like Eric isn't here yet. Leo?
Yeah.
See you there. And that's Stephanie Leonardi for the notes. Jessica Travis? Looks like Jessica's not in here yet. Roberta Rogers?
Here.
And Megan DeLong? All right, see you there. All right, so that's the roll call for the commissioners. Looks like we're missing Jessica, Eric, and Larissa. If they hop into the meeting, note of that. So for the agenda, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen.
While you're sharing your screen, and I can send out an email, or Andy, you can. If you know that you're going to miss a meeting, if you can let us know a week in advance, so that we can make sure that we have quorum, that would be great. And I'll also send it out so that everyone else can be aware of it. So the Wednesday before the meeting, if you could just send an email out saying that you will not be at the meeting, would be appreciated.
Great. So, all right. So did everyone get a chance to read the minutes from the February 14th Public Art Commission meeting? Does anyone need any updates from that meeting? I know that we had quorum and we approved the call for artists. We put that through, and we also had gotten updates from legal that we were good to go with the request for quotes for the contractors for the traffic back box wraps. Does anyone have any comments or questions on any of that before we do approval of those meeting minutes? Seems like we're good. So could I get a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the February 14th meeting?
I make a motion.
Katie Beck, motion to approve. Can we get a second?
I second. Megan.
So Megan DeLong, second. All else in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Roberta, Megan, Leo.
Aye.
Okay. Looks like we
Aye.
have.
Roberta, aye.
Great.
Couldn't get off mute. Sorry.
No worries. Looks like we have a quorum then. So the minutes from the February 14th Public Art Commission meeting are approved. And then we'll get into old business. I think the only old business that we have is the traffic signal boxes. Summer, are there any updates on the traffic signal boxes in terms of the submittable, the call for artists, and the request for quotes in terms of things that we have to review?
Well, the only thing that's going out
Mhm.
is the RFP.
Yep.
As far as the call for artists, we need to sit down and figure out what it's going to look like for the call for artists.
For the submittable?
For the submittable, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, not just for submittable, but for putting that out to the community. Like we're doing a call for artists, but we need to, well, you guys need to lock down like dates and the verbiage of what what that call for artists is going to look like.
Gotcha. I thought we approved that during the last meeting.
Because the only thing we did we only did an RFP for the companies. I don't think anyone created
I created a call
artist.
for artists and we went over it during the last meeting. I remember because we had the whole
Okay.
discussion on the $500 potentially or plus per, we were talking about how many traffic boxes per ward. We went over the language and had some discourse on the language in the beginning. We used Jessica Travis's language for the beginning part and did some updates. So I remember we went through a few revisions of it actually, I think live, and then we had quorum and we approved the call for artists by the end of the meeting, I believe.
Oh, okay. Well, I missed that one. Okay. Okay, so once we get through the deadline, which I changed the deadline for the call for the companies to the 2nd of April, just because it didn't go out. Exactly
Okay.
we talked about it. Once that deadline happens, then we can push this one.
Okay. So I think the only
I
thing
can
we,
probably do this
yep.
at the end of the month.
The timeline was opening on April 1st.
Yes, April
for the
1st.
call for artists.
So we can push it out on, I'll see what's going on. We can probably push it out on the 29th, 28th or 29th. Or do you prefer we push it out on the 1st?
I don't know
Well,
that I have a
first is a
specific
Saturday.
preference as long as it's open for the same amount of time.
Okay, because the 1st is a Saturday.
What's
we
everyone
have to
else's
go out
opinion?
either, huh? Oh, wait, well, there's the 1st.
First is not a Saturday.
Oh, the
Maybe
1st is on a Monday. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so they either go out on Monday or that Tuesday. Reason being, Mondays is council. So sometimes everybody's tied
Okay.
up in the council putting out releases for the mayor.
Makes sense.
So if that's the case, if we could send it out the Friday before.
Okay.
I'd rather do that so that just because we've already, through the minutes of the last meeting, agreed to April 1st. So I just think.
Okay.
Get it out the Friday before, then we've covered ourselves.
All right. I will request that from the comms team.
Awesome. I don't have a preference on that at all personally. So I did send out the updated call for artists after that meeting to everyone, correct? I believe I did, like right after. So there should be an email in everyone's inbox with that document in it. So in terms of putting the submittable or anything else together, Summer, I'm available on weekends especially, but if it needs to be like a weekday, I can make time to help get that together with you guys. I don't mind volunteering a little bit of my time for that. Whatever you need from me, just let me know.
Okay, as far as the submittable, that's internal by my
Yeah.
colleague. Have you
Okay.
you had a chance to review the submittable applications, right?
I've used submittable before personally, but I haven't
Okay.
done it for this commission.
If you want to just take a look at it and see,
Mhm.
because I don't think the question should be as much as a regular person coming for an organization wanting to submit something for the public art to review. Like, we go over the maintenance plan, this, that, and the
Right.
other. There's really no maintenance plan for them. It's really just a call for
Simple.
artists.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to think, do we really need this to go through submittable?
Or just an email process
Because
or
it's an email to the public arts.
well, I'm curious, the interface for submittable is going to make it easier for us to review everything. I don't think I've ever done a submittable where I was getting documents and just like form responses. And so I guess I haven't used it in order to get like media back to review. So I don't know what your experience or anyone else on the commission's experience is with reviewing via submittable versus trying to store the email submissions, or I don't want anything to get lost, I guess.
Let me check with our IT to see if there's like a different document, because submittable, you guys are going to be reviewing each submittable application, like the length of it, versus if IT can put together like a Dropbox with like a short application for art and then your art, where it could just be, you could just scroll up and take a look at
Yep.
everything versus getting in, submittable, then getting out, logging into another one, you know.
Mhm.
But I can ask both ways. I have not had a chance to, because I know we're looking submittable. We have multiple, um,
Does anyone else have a preference
projects.
on this? Katie, or I don't know anyone else who's used a bunch of survey tools on the
Are you
meeting.
asking like if I prefer submittable over email applications? Is that the question?
Yeah, or if you've
Yeah,
used any other sort of Dropbox for like call for artists or anyone else on the meeting, John, Leo, I'm not,
I find submittable to work. I think through
yeah,
email will get messy, but
I think so
submittable we
too.
can all sign in and just look at it from the back end. So that would be my preference.
I would use our current submittable that that we have established for projects already, and it just keeps it nice and streamlined, and then we get used to using it more so.
okay.
Yeah, I like the idea of just using whatever current system we have. I feel like the emails, if something gets lost, I would just like feel really bad if someone took the time to apply and we somehow like didn't triage it properly, or we missed it. Because I miss stuff in my inbox from time to time. I usually check it pretty frequently, but
Okay, that's work. And does everyone have the user ID and password? Because I know last time everybody was emailing me, I need this, I need that. And I mean, if everyone can just put the user ID and password up for their knowledge, then it could make it a smoother transition.
could we put it in this band app? I have it on my phone now officially, by the way. I did create the account. It's on my phone. I haven't used it at all or like messaged it all, but
So it's still public art, right? At akronohio.gov, right?
Email address?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah. So
Is everyone on the band app?
I think it's 5 people total, so I don't think everyone's on it.
I'm gonna choose. I'm not on it, and I'm not necessarily for it because that would be yet another specific app that I need to be working with.
Okay, I thought you guys had asked me to
Fair.
create something where you guys
I
can communicate.
Yeah. I mean, you can put me on it. That's fine. I'll try my best, but
Well, I sent it goes to a text message, so I had sent that out like one Saturday evening.
yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I had, when I had some free time, I did it on a Saturday evening. I sent it
I
out to
think
everyone.
as long as we don't abuse it, it could be really nice for just sharing files, probably. That's what I was thinking was like Slack or something similar where as opposed to the email, I wasn't getting like a ton of long email chains and whatnot back. But as long as I feel like we're not posting in it 24/7 or like even super consistently outside of like our initiatives, I don't mind having it, but I could see why.
I never received a text or anything about it.
You didn't receive a text through it?
Can I get the text again too? I don't
Yeah.
see anything in searching.
The text I got was on January 13th, so it was a while ago.
There
That
were
might be
other
why.
departments at the city using it.
No, you guys had all discussed about instead of using email, just to be first through some type of app. And so I had explained that I use Band app. That's what I created for the commission. But if you don't want to use it, that's fine. I can delete it. Well, you guys will have to, whoever downloaded can delete it off of their phone. I would delete it off of mine.
You said it
But this
text
was
it
the request.
sends a text. Is that what you said, Summer?
It was a text message that went to everyone's phone.
No, but the band app doesn't send a text. The band app is a separate.
Everyone's telephone number in, and Band
like-
sends a text to you guys.
Yeah, it's kind
And
of like
then
a
you have
Teams
to click
or
on it to
something like
download it.
that.
Okay,
Like a
that's
Teams or
fine as long as
Skype.
it's coming to me in a text form or email.
Yeah, it was a text form.
Yeah, so I don't mind participating with the band app as long as it comes to me in a text form and we continue to use email, I'm good. But if it's something I have to go check on top of email and text messages and LinkedIn and Slack, it doesn't, or take LinkedIn off of that, doesn't really, it's not gonna.
Andy, do you want to go ahead and send it out again to everyone?
The band app. Yeah, I
You
can send it back out
your
to
app.
everybody. For me, I mostly just the reason I suggested using an app in the first place just was if I'm working on something, I could send updates out to people pretty quickly to get feedback. I can send it out to everybody. I just got it on my phone because I know Jessica asked me about it the last meeting and I was bad and didn't get it downloaded. So
I downloaded it and I think it's helpful. They usually, my phone does a ping or notice if anything comes in for the band so that I can just check it real easily.
all right. If that's all we have on the band app, new business. The only thing here is website traffic. Is there specific updates regarding website traffic, Summer? Or
No, I'm sorry. We can take that off.
yeah,
As far as the last conversation, have you guys thought about the location of the traffic signal boxes from the presentation that Mike provided you guys?
I hadn't had a chance to look at it exactly. I know that we had just discussed in the last meeting around 2 per ward. But I don't think we discussed the exact locations within each ward that we were going to like look to target. Does anyone have any comments on it? Specifically like the intersections. There's a GIS presentation showed the different roadways, how many people passed through, how busy they were essentially, so we could try to like strategically place them in high visibility areas for the most impact. So I don't know if anyone wants to review that data that was put in, but I personally didn't get a chance to look at it over the last month.
So I did not get a chance. I'm familiar with a lot of those areas, and probably would say 75% of them I'm definitely comfortable with, but I've not had a chance to physically go and view. That's something I could probably fit into my Saturday morning coming up. Just to make sure there isn't something blocking or something
Right.
unusual.
Because I checked out a couple of locations and one of the boxes was like written on, so that might not be a good one. And then another one seems smaller than a regular traffic box. Is there a specific size we want as far as the traffic boxes or?
No, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking another question. So I did that and I stopped. But all traffic boxes are not the same size.
Yeah.
So in those locations that Mike provided was like the highest traffic. But they might not all be on the ground as if you know those the one on West Market and Hawkins. That's like in the middle by itself, super big.
Yeah.
You might not get that same size traffic signal box. Some are mounted up on like concrete to sit up higher. So it just depends on the locations you guys select. Then that will determine what size the box will look like.
Okay.
So you want to resend those locations? And that way,
resend it?
Yeah, that way we get this done. I mean, we still have some time because of the RFP process, but maybe it'd be helpful if everybody had them reset, so that we can, like I said, I can go out Saturday morning, drive around, take a look as well, and we can start that so we get to that endpoint, right?
I can dedicate time to that this weekend as well.
Yeah, I've been keeping a list of just some, but I haven't connected them to that list that Mike had given us. So let me Summer, if you resend those, I'll actually see if they're any of those high traffic areas or not. And then I can just like send my list along either in the band app or over email, and see if they maybe would be some good options. Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments? Leo, Katie.
I'm still playing catch up since I missed last meeting, so
Mhm.
I'll need time to review.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like just getting those back is going to be helpful for most of us. Appreciate that, Summer. I don't know if there's anything else.
See what was sent to you all.
Yeah.
Do you have that, Andy?
I don't know if it was sent to us. I know it was presented to us. So I guess I don't know if we were sent like a
Oh
GIS
yeah,
like
you
view or
guys.
something through ArcGIS or something, or if it was just what was presented on the video. But it sounded as if he had like a report from it as well. But I didn't know if that correlated with the report that you had put together as well or provided.
No, I
So
found it. It was sent to you all on February
okay.
14th at
Oh, great.
1:05. So
Awesome.
I'll resend it.
February 14th. Okay,
Yeah, it was February 14th at 1:05.
got it.
So also just to make things just a little easier, when you guys receive things, um, like does it get deleted from your email or
I
Summer,
try to
the
triage
issue,
things, but yep.
Summer, the issue is this is something we do once a month. This isn't our daily like life, so it just gets forgotten about, that type of thing. So to your point about using the band or whatever, there could be text messages to say, "Hey, I just dropped this in your email box." I mean, this is something I brought up a couple months ago, and so I guarantee you that's sort of what's happening. And then Andy, you know, you and I've talked about this too. What I suggest is that we just set deadlines of let's have the traffic boxes reviewed by X, you know, and that's a great job setting this whole time frame up for the RFP and all that kind of stuff. So we're doing a lot better than what we were, but I just think it's about you know, we're all you're in this full time, Summer, plus all your other duties, but you're in this environment full time, and we're not. So that's why something like this, you know, as soon as this meeting is over, I'm not going to think about the Public Art Commission for at least another 3 weeks, and then I pop it back up as a priority, unless you say I need your eyes on something.
understand that? But it's easier when, I'm sending the information out and you guys are keeping track of what's being sent out versus me resending, looking through my emails and trying to find out when I sent it to you guys and all of that, and then sending it to you. Part of the commission, I mean, that's, kind of like while you're on the commission, is to,
Yeah,
look at
I
art
get
and
it.
things like that. And these are
Yeah.
projects
No,
that,
I totally get it. We have to be responsible.
right. And yeah.
But I'll tell you, it's happened the other way as well. I mean, you know, I followed up 3 times on what was going on with the Cascade Garage, and I heard crickets, crickets, crickets. So it's just the nature
Well, I
of work.
responded back to you, right? And I told you that.
After I followed up 2 times prior, so it 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 just happens, and that's why I just suggest, um, you know, we all have to be adults. We can check our emails and things like that, but I don't know how many meetings I go through in the course of a day that somebody isn't asking somebody to please resend an email or the information. I'm finding it more of just the way it is, and I'm not intentionally trying to slow down the process or do that. I'm just saying that that is just, you know, kind of what it is and things of that sort. So,
No, I
uh,
totally understand, but it's
and
like,
I just found, and I didn't ask you to
the
resend it.
app
I just found
is,
this email and I got it. So, you know.
yeah, I'll resend it to you all.
In summer, I have 3 email addresses and I get at least 60 new emails a day. But would it be helpful if when you send it out, if we reply, got it, thank you, or something like that? Would that be more helpful that you knew who got it and didn't receive it?
Well, the email address that I have for you, do you receive the emails? because that starts to bog down emails. I mean, if
Yeah.
I'm sending it and you guys are receiving it, even when we are trying to have a conversation and some people might not even respond to the email at all. And are you receiving the emails from us, Roberta, from me?
Yes, and that's why I like the idea of the band, because I get so many emails. But would it be more helpful if we reply that we got it once we do get it? Yeah, no.
I don't know, as far as band, that was something for you guys. That's not something I'm going to be managing. If you make comments on it, I will review that, but that's not something else that that was just kind of created based off of your comments, but that's not something that I'm going to, really manage.
I know in terms of the emails, I normally do get the emails, and I do have them usually, so I don't always need it resent. I just know that sometimes during the meetings, because the email is like a month old, even if I had looked at it like the same week that the meeting had occurred, I just can't find it very quickly because I get like so many emails in my main inbox. So I can do better to like triage those things coming from you into like a separate email inbox that I set up. But I think it's just one of those things where it's hard to search and find it during the meeting. And so just maybe being slightly better prepared myself on that, like looking up the emails that we had from the last meeting. So I just have it on hand to share with everybody as well. And then I'd be able to like send it back out to anyone who can't find it. But that's something I can take on too. But I guess what I'll do is I'll get your email and any other emails from the city regarding the Public Art Commission. I'll set up a mail rule so it sends it to an individual email inbox. That way I can find stuff quickly during the meetings to show everyone. So,
Andy, do we have anything else to vote on? Otherwise, I'm gonna.
yeah, I don't think there's anything else. It'd just be upcoming public art events. If you have anything to share, and then any reading of public comments, if there are any.
Nope,
Okay.
there's no public comments. I did want to let you guys know that there is a grant, a Race Forward grant, and there's one for arts. We're seeking, oh, sorry, somebody. But John, it's just a grant to discuss. If you have to jump off, that's fine.
Okay, if
It's
you
personal.
on those grants, if you want to send them over to my email at the art museum, and I can also, if you need additional information and or have my grant writer take a look.
All to you guys, but I want to talk about it first before I
Right,
send
perfect.
it over to you all.
All right. Well, good to see everyone. Thank you very much. And
Hi, John.
contact. Thanks.
Okay, so Jessica, are you on? Jessica just jumped on.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. Sorry about that.
One moment to jump out of this and log on. Okay, so the grant it's a first annual cultural week of action on race and democracy. And it was brought to my attention to see if the Public Arts Commission would be interested in maybe participating in applying for this grant. The criteria for this grant for decision making is alignment, racial justice, innovation and creativity, impact, sustainability, and feasibility. And basically, it's between $25,000 to $40,000. Pretty much, let's see, however we're going to look about building relationships and geared around race and equity. So I'll send this out to you all. You can take a look at it. It's a quick turnaround because the deadline is the 29th, and I have to have a proposal created for it. So if this is something you all can look at, give your feedback and thoughts if this is something that the commission wants to take place. If this is something that the commission would like to do, I think this would be good for the commission to be able to collaborate with the community and receive funding to do so, where we're not looking for spending our own funding, what we have. I think this would just be a great process. And basically is mainstream around the arts and cultural space.
So, just for clarification, is it for an art project or it's for like, you said a conversation? Like, what is the actual like money for?
The money is for a project. So it could be an event. It could be art. Sorry, someone else is clicking in 1 second. I got it. It could be an event. It can be art. Just something that collaborates with the community and racial justice. You know, so it can be a mural, but when I was looking at some of the resources and things like that, people have had events for it. People have had art projects, murals, all of that. And the theme this year is called Building a Bigger We. So as I was reviewing this application, like I said, I'll send it over to you guys. There is a large wall. I don't know if you ever pay attention. It's near the AAA building off of Broadway, across the street from the bus station area. You guys know where I'm at?
The pink wall with the big like space suit mural on it by the parking deck.
Yes, it's a huge
by Canal
wall.
Place. It's like kind of under Canal Place, like a retaining wall.
Yeah. But if you're coming from, say you're coming from Thornton to downtown, whichever way that is, east, west, north, I'm not good with that. But to your left, there's like a big open area, and there's a big wall, and it has just a small mural already on it. I think it's like a Black jazz player and some other things like that. I'm not sure how old it is.
Yeah,
that's
that
something
was
that
like
I'm going to reach out to Mac. Would you say
that was 2010s. That was made by Lock 3 Summer Arts Experience, I think.
Was that okay?
Yeah, it was put up. It's like a vinyl thing attached to the wall. I forget I think I have the artist on Instagram who like led that. But
it's a vinyl mural.
Yeah, it was supposed to
it
be
was painted on the wall.
No, it was vinyl. They painted it actually down at Lock 3, and they brought it down there and pasted it up. Basically, it's vinyl. As I don't know if it's literally vinyl, but yeah, they painted it in Lock 3. And then there was supposed to be a zipper on it. I don't think they ever finished it, but it was supposed to be a zipper because zippers were invented in Akron. They never finished that part. So, but. Oh.
About that, Susie Graham, our new director of economic development. She sits right across from me, and she said, "Yep, that was a summer arts experience." Well, so it's just that small area with that art, and I was thinking as a community, and this is my thoughts, right? You guys can choose whatever you want, but I think that wall would be meaningful if we could do art together. We could have a community event there. Maybe someone can draw out maybe words or whatever it is, and then people could paint it. You know, each person could paint it. And I got this idea from Venice, California, Venice Beach. They have Venice in the middle of the Venice Beach area, and they allot time for people to come, art supplies, to paint a piece of the wording Venice to represent Venice Beach. And I was like, oh, and that wall is a huge wall, and it's so empty. I think we can bring life to that area. Especially a lot of people go past it because it's on the bus route.
And they just redeveloped the road up the street from it. So there's more people passing through than there used to be when that mural went up. That used to be like a separate back road, and they like redid all those roads right there in that intersection.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know that wall's very tall, so it would be kind of like centered along the bottom if we're having people paint on it, right? I guess I have to look at the grain and stuff, but I think that would be a good spot too. It would be a cool place to have a mural, regardless with this grant or otherwise. I kind of agree with that spot, but
The parking lot is so big
yeah,
that you can actually have an event there, to maybe talk about the art, right? Talk about the different bias, or with the Black Artists Guild, the first ever Black Artists Guild in the city of Akron. Talk about why it was necessary. Were the minorities given a seat at the table, or was it always, other people that had money getting all the seats at the table, right? So we can have this as a big event or a small event, but we can have open dialogue, open conversations, maybe food or things like that for children and activities and crafts. So that's just my suggestion. As far as other people painting, yeah, we could do something at the bottom,
in terms of
but
the
someone
grant
could do
or
something big at the
applying for the grant,
top.
is the grant due at the end of the month, or do you just need to submit like an intent to write the grant, and then you'd have the internal grant writer that you guys have for the city prepare that, or
So the proposal is due on the 29th. And in order for our grant writer, if she has availability, or John said he has a grant writer, the thoughts would have to come through the commission.
Okay.
It would be everyone, all of you guys talking about what it is you want, and you all putting together the proposal and what it looks like. And I can have someone, critique it, but
it'd be the 29th of March, so this
yes.
month. Okay, so
Mhm.
that's 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks and some change. So essentially what you would want from us is essentially to provide comments on it by probably like the end of this weekend, and then to try to come up with a cohesive idea by the end of the next weekend. I'm assuming would be the best. But I know we're also going to look at the traffic boxes. I don't know. I would take a look at it. I can take a look at it and provide feedback personally. I'd be interested. I don't know what everyone else's opinion is on putting time into reading over it or trying to come up with an idea in that time frame.
I'm interested in doing that.
Because this is something that will look good for the commission. Yeah, you guys are, we're blowing through that $100,000, right? So to be able to, and that's part of the Arts Commission's role, is not just to look at people's art or say yay or nay. It's also coming up with your own art and collaborating with the community, and also making sure that the commission is being seen and heard.
Yeah.
So I think this would be a great grant for you guys to take advantage of.
Megan, Stephanie, Katie, Roberta, Larissa, you guys have comments, or do you feel like you'd have time to like read over it and provide some insider feedback?
My best thing is a weekend, so if we can get it before the weekend, during the week is crazy.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be the biggest thing.
We have
And
2 weeks
I'm-
too, so
I think I know the area that you're talking about. I think there's a medical supply house or something that's close by there. So even like contacting some of the local businesses in the area to help would be wonderful. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
First step would be finding out what you all want to do, what type of mural you would want to paint on there. You have to answer those questions, right? The what, the who, the how. And yes, you can also include those community partners, of who, we would want to reach out to talk about that. But you have to answer all those questions for this application, to go forth.
That's my question, just to clarify. It's something that we are taking on, or writing the grant and then getting an artist that fits it and doing it with?
I guess it's up to you, but yes, you will take it on. You will take it on. The Public Arts Commission will take this on. And if you want an artist to do it, then that's when you would do another call for artists. Once the proposal is submitted. And then once the proposal is submitted, we'll know back in May if, we won it. And then it would be from September to October. So this would be like a summer fall event. Like you would plan it between May when you hear back to the final day, I think it was October 7th. So yes, this will be a commission project from start to finish.
I think the goal would just to be to read the documents and give you feedback on our opinions on the questions being asked in the documents by this weekend or the weekend after, just to give the grant writer time to write the grant. Is that what I'm understanding is the ask from everybody?
Well, I would say you come up with a proposal. I think the art commission should be the ones coming up with the proposal.
I don't know,
Something from you.
writing like a full grant or like the full proposal for the grant, or when you say a proposal, are you talking about like an official document, or are you talking about like the whole application for the grant we're writing, or?
It's not really.
Wouldn't it be like when we submit our idea that we have? It would entails, isn't that what a proposal is?
Yeah, proposal is submitting your ideal in full detail. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah, and it will just be like, well, come together, think about what we want to do, and then put it in a nice slow form, and we propose it to the people
Gotcha.
that to see if we get the grant.
I
have experience in that. I know Katie probably has experience in that too. So we can do it. We just got to come together and agree on what we want.
I was yeah, I can help put together the proposal. I just wasn't sure whether an internal resource of the city was going to help put a document together, and we were just giving feedback, or whether we were going to create it. But I'm okay with helping out with it if I have free time. So
yeah, and this is the first ever, right? And they're only giving this out to 12 to 15 local communities.
Well, it sounds like there's a few of us interested in providing feedback on it. So if you send it to us, Summer, I'll take a look at it at least, and reply to the email, give my feedback on it. Was there anything else related to the grant?
Nope, I'm sending it out, and I just want you guys to take a look at it and think about a space. Yeah.
Okay. Well, does anyone have any additional comments on that? Or otherwise, do you want to get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I just want to say I'm interested in the grant, but I feel like 2 weeks is a really fast turnaround for a full grant. Too. As a grant writer myself, like that makes me anxious, but I think it sounds like a good opportunity for us. So I think once you send us the info and I have a little time to digest and understand the scope of the work, then I'd be able to give a more informed response to this.
Yep, I will send it as soon as we hang up, and just know that you guys will receive. You should have already received one email. That was the resend of the traffic signal boxes, and then I'm going to send this grant application to you. So there's 2 emails that you all should receive before 5 o'clock today. So if you don't get 2 emails from me, please reach out to me. And I do go on vacation tomorrow. So if you could respond, today, tomorrow, saying, hey, I didn't get those 2 emails, I can resend them. If not, we'll get back until next Wednesday.
Okay. Any other closing comments from anyone? Larissa, Megan, Leo.
I think we're good.
Okay, got to get a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Oh, was there any public art things that we wanted to talk about?
Comments?
Events or anything that anybody had? No.
I didn't have any personally.
I do want to share one. North Hill CDC has like coloring books at the library where they're trying to receive ideas for murals to put on the new Howard Street Heritage Courtyard installation. So I just wanted to shout that out. I think they'll be available over the next month or so people can grab those and add their ideas, and then it might turn into art in the future in North Hill.
That's cool.
Is it all the libraries or just which library is it located?
I think it's just at the North Hill Library, but I'll check.
Okay.
I have an event coming March 26th. It's going to be like an audible book and craft, and it's going to be at the Compass coffee shop. And then I'm collaborating with Elizabeth Bookshop. So we're going to do like an audible book and craft event. That's going to be on the 26th. I want to say 5 to 7.
Oh, okay.
See, those are both really cool things that I'm glad I know about now. So thank you for sharing.
Can you send that again in the email? Or
Absolutely, yeah. I'll send you all my information for Assuage and stuff like that to keep you guys updated. I got a class right now I'm about to go to. It's going to be a makeup class. So makeup artist is going to show us how to, apply makeup, but basically to make sure that we love ourselves, inside and out. So yeah, it's supposed to be a nice class. But yeah, I will make sure I give you guys all the information.
And Jessica, I've signed up, but you can tell I'll be late. Okay.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
All right, Katie made a motion to adjourn. Could you get a second?
Second.
All right, let's give us a second. So everyone else in favor, say aye.
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 All right, so we're gonna adjourn the March 13th Akron Public Art Commission meeting. Thanks, everyone. See you guys next month on April 10th. It's my birthday, by the way. But don't sing to me. I don't like when people sing to me, so. But
Well,
if you
my
do,
birthday was on the 10th.
Happy belated birthday.
wait, should we sing happy birthday? I'm just kidding.
Right, go ahead.
And mine
happy
is on
birthday,
Monday.
guys.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you guys. Have a good
All right.
vacation summer. Bye.